Dear students, let us start 13th lesson, and that is thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is a branch of physics which deals with concepts of heat and temperature and the interconversion of heat and other forms of energy. The state of a gas in thermodynamics is specified by variables such as pressure, volume, temperature, and mass. These are called state variables. Now, when we studied 7th lesson, there we came across equilibrium, and that was mechanics. Mechanics is also a branch of physics, and in that how we defined equilibrium. So equilibrium of a rigid body was defined when net force on the rigid body was 0. Then we said the object was under translational equilibrium. When net torque on the rigid body was 0, then we said the rigid body was under rotational equilibrium. Now, according to Newton's second law, the net force is equal to dP by dt. And when net force is 0, this suggests P is equal to constant. And when net torque is 0, net torque means, see, torque is equal to dL by dt. And when net torque is 0, this suggests L is equal to constant. So, when linear momentum is constant, or we can say in another way, under translational equilibrium, its linear momentum is constant. Under rotational equilibrium, the angular momentum is constant with time. So in this way, equilibrium was defined in mechanics. Now, let us define equilibrium in thermodynamics. Just now I said in thermodynamics, a gas is assigned some variables called state variables, and the state variables are pressure, volume, temperature, and mass. So, when these variables are constant with time, then we say the system is in equilibrium. And that equilibrium is called thermodynamic equilibrium. Here you can see two gas containers, container A and container B. In this, the gas has certain pressure, say PA, VA, TA and MA. Similarly, in this, PB, VB, TB and MB. They are having their own state variables. Here the two containers are separated by a insulated valve or adiabatic valve. Since insulator is a bad conductor of heat, it doesn't allow heat transfer. So there is no heat exchange between the two containers. So these systems remain constant with time, and these systems remain constant with time. So independently they are in thermodynamic equilibrium. Now let us change, let us replace the insulated wall by a conducting wall. When you replace the insulated wall by a conducting wall, then what happens? Since this is a good conductor of heat, it allows heat transfer between the two systems. So the exchange of heat takes place between the two systems. Now it is allowed, the conducting wall, because of conducting wall, heat transfer takes place, and after some time the transfer of heat stops. After then we say they are in equilibrium with each other. They are in equilibrium. There is no transfer. Then we say they are in equilibrium with each other. If we compare the various state variables of A container with those of B container, when we compare all the state variables, then we find temperature of this container being equal to temperature of this container when they are connected by a conducting wall. So then now we say, since they are having same temperature, since they are at same temperature, we say the two systems are under thermal equilibrium with each other. They are under thermal equilibrium with each other. So how you define thermal equilibrium? If the two systems in contact have the same temperature, then we say they are in thermal equilibrium with temperature. They are in thermal equilibrium with each other. Suppose a hot body at some 90 degrees centigrade is kept in touch with a cold body, then what happens? Heat transfers from hot body to cold body. Heat transfers from hot body to cold body. How long? Until both temperatures become equal. Until both temperatures become equal. After some time, both systems reach 65 degrees centigrade. Then the heat transfer stops. Then we say they are in thermal equilibrium with each other. Look at this diagram. A and B systems are separated by adiabatic wall. Adiabatic means insulated. No exchange of heat. Now between A and C and between B and C, conducting wall is there. So conducting wall allows heat transfer. It allows. So here the gas in the A container will have the state variables PA, VA, TA, MA. Here PB, VB, TB, MB. And in this the gas will have state variables PC, VC, TC and MC. Now soon conducting wall is introduced. It allows heat transfer. So then if there is temperature difference between this and this, heat transfer takes place. So heat transfer takes place after some time. After some time, you consider the state variables of A and C. all will be different, but one variable will be same. You will find Ta is equal to Tc. In this container and in this container, both will have same temperature. Why? Because this is conducting wall. It allows heat energy to flow, and heat energy flows as long as there is temperature difference. When there is no temperature difference, when both temperatures become equal, then heat transfer stops. Then we say these two are under thermal equilibrium with each other. So now Ta is equal to Tc. Let me write here, Ta is equal to Tc. Now consider the B system and C system. They are also connected by a conducting wall. So there is a chance of heat transfer, and after heat transfer both achieve same temperature and they become they achieve thermal equilibrium. So then this temperature is equal to this temperature. So Tb is equal to Tc. Now mathematically, you see, for two equations the right hand sides are equal, therefore left hand sides also become equal. So Ta, from this you can write Ta is equal to Tb. Ta is equal to Tb. So that is, these two must be under thermal equilibrium. They must have same temperature. So in that way argues our R.H. Fowler scientist. Now, so whether his argument is right or wrong, we have to check. For that purpose, what he did, he replaced the adiabatic wall by conducting wall, and here he kept adiabatic wall. Now he wants to check whether they are at same temperature or not. So when the conducting wall was kept, they found no exchange of heat. They found no exchange of heat. It means what? They are at same temperature. So in this way, they come to a conclusion that if two systems are separately in equilibrium with a third system, then see how they say, see, A and B are two separate systems, and C is another third system. If A is in thermal equilibrium with C, and if B is in thermal equilibrium with C, then automatically A and B will be under thermal equilibrium with each other. So that was found experimentally, mathematically. So in every way it is proved, and that is known as zeroth law of thermodynamics. That is called zeroth law of thermodynamics. The statement is like this: two systems in thermal equilibrium with a third system separately or in thermal equilibrium with each other. R.H. Fowler formulated this law in 1931, long after the first and second laws of thermodynamics were stated, and so it was numbered like that. The zeroth law clearly suggests that when two systems A and B are in thermal equilibrium, there must be a physical quantity that has the same value for both. This thermodynamic variable, whose value is equal for two systems in thermal equilibrium, is called temperature. See how temperature is defined. When two systems are in thermal equilibrium with each other, one state variable will be same for both, and that thermodynamic variable is called temperature.